Okay, so week 2 of my FTMO challenge. And I wanted to do this update because I said last week I'll be doing weekly updates, letting you know the trades that I've taken, how those trades are doing, and all the rest of it. Okay, so I've got my chart up here. I'm not going to go into my strategy or anything like that in these videos. I just want to talk about, all my trades I'm doing on the 4-hour time frame. And I just want to talk about those trades and kind of my progress, if you like, in the challenge. So I'm only trading three pairs live. I was going to add another pair in. I've not added that in at the moment. I've actually got another session with one of my mentors next week. I'm going to book another session in for next week. And I just want to run through some of this data. So I'm only actually trading 3 pairs: GBP USD, Euro JPY, and USD Chef. So I took a GBP, a GU trade week before last, or was it last week? Can't remember now. So I'm 3% in profit on the challenge. I actually started to, I actually took a USD Chef trade this week, which triggered on Monday. And it's kind of danced around a little bit. It went to 1% in profit, and it's actually just a little bit in drawdown at the moment, probably about 0.1%. I'm risking 1% on all these trades. So it's just under break even at the moment. It went to about 0.5% in draw. It's been between sort of 1% profit and 0.5% in drawdown. So we're going to see what happens with that one. I've just had a look on the 15-minute time frame, and I'm not really doing anything on the 15-minute, but it's looking like it's got good structure, and it's, doing what I want it to do on the 15-minute time frame. But obviously, trading being trading, anything can happen. So I'm not really too worried about that. Obviously, I will set it at break even when it gets to 3%. That's my trade plan. So it's either going to go to 1% 1% loss, or 3% in profit. At that point, I'm going to set the trade to break even, and I'll take profit at 4%. That's my trade plan for what I'm trading at the moment. So I could be setting this trade for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is. I'm just going to kind of let that play out. So that's where I am. There's a GU trade potentially lining up. Although I'm a little bit dubious about where it is. It could go either way at the moment. So we'll see what happens with that next week. Euro JPY is just in a big kind of sideways movement on the higher time frame. So don't know if I want to trade that with where it's at. I mean, yes, there are potential trades there. Nothing that's kind of fitting with my trade plan. So that's kind of where we're at. USD Chef, just going to let that run over the weekend. It's currently nearly or just before 6 p.m. On Friday, so the market closes in 4 hours. So just going to let that one run, let it do its thing, and we will kind of go from there. So that's pretty much the update. I just wanted to give you guys an update as to what's what. Let me know if you like this style of video, or if you want me to do like a screen share type video. I can actually share my charts and things with you. I'm going to be adding more pairs in. I know I said this last week, I think it was. But I do want to be adding in a couple more pairs. I don't want to add in too many, because the more pairs that I add in, yes, it increases my overall win percentages, but it also increases my losing streaks. So at the moment, my maximum losing streak on these 3 pairs over the last 4 years, I think, is 8. So if I risk 1% on everything, that's give or take 8%. So technically, just trading these 3 pairs, I wouldn't lose a challenge. Because I'll be 8% down before winning a trade. I mean, I could do. The numbers still could. I'm not saying that I wouldn't lose a challenge. Based on the data so far, the likeliness of me actually losing a challenge with 3 pairs is very slim. Whereas if I add in 4, 5, 6 pairs, that losing streak could go from 8 to 15, or higher than 10 anyway, which is going to lose me my challenge based on 1%. So I'm just being careful, dubious. I'm not really too worried about timescales on this challenge. I've got all the time in the world. Based on the data so far, I'll be looking at 2 to 3 months to see the challenge out, or to pass the challenge. So again, not really too worried about timescales, just kind of taking it as it comes. Anyway, that's the update for this week. Let me know if you like this style of video, if you want to see different style of video, if you want me to share my screen, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. for next week. But that's it for this update. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure that you're subscribed so that you get these updates. And I'll be in touch with you again next week to let you know where I'm at. So I will talk with you guys next week. Talk to you soon.